Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. We're going to get started in just a couple of seconds here. I'm just making sure that everyone can see me. So whoever's on, there should be an option for you guys to ask questions on somewhere on your frame over here. So I'm just wondering if you could actually type in and ask me questions so I could actually see that it works. That would be great. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining me. It's Wednesday, April 8th, and this is our Team Titanium Knockouts call. So welcome. So I just wanted to, the call tonight is about challenge groups and why it is so important to have them going on during the month, but also to talk about the importance of different types of challenge groups. You know, just so you understand how the way that I do it, and I've talked about this before, but I really wanted to give everyone a clear picture of what I do on my end. You all know that we have the UR Titanium big group, so that, you know, Diana and I decided that we were going to put all of our challengers together. That works. It's been working really well, I think. I actually posted a video today just saying that, you know, we have extremely different personalities. We have extremely different strengths and weaknesses. So hold on, I'm sorry, I'm just losing my train of thought. I just want to make sure everyone can see me. We have different personalities, different strengths and weaknesses, you know, and I think right now it's working really well for us because they're getting a little bit of Diana's, you know, fitness and exercise expertise, and a little bit of my, you know, love and spiritual part of the actual process of working out and changing your lifestyle and getting into shape and shedding whatever weight that everyone has to, you know, shed. So for right now, that's our big group. And like I said before, everyone is welcome. If you're not feeling comfortable with starting your own challenge group right now, and you want to put your challengers into our group, which a lot of you have been doing, which is totally fine. I think that has been working really well. I know that sometimes, you know, people get lost sometimes, you know, in the challenge groups. Like, there's definitely challengers that like to post all the time, and there's challengers that don't like to be seen and just sort of follow along. So our recommendation is that with those people that you don't see participating on a daily basis or even a weekly basis, you know, what Diana and I try to do is to reach out to them separately. So I will, you know, check in with certain challengers and ask them very specific questions about their progress, about, you know, how they're doing, if they need any help with anything. So I go that extra mile with them so that they know they are part of this really big group, and there's tons of information and tons of support there. But if they need me one-on-one, I'm still available to them. So my suggestion is that even though you throw even though you throw your challengers into our big UR Titanium group, it doesn't mean that you should just let them sort of flounder around in there. And you know, if you see them that they're not finding their way in that group, definitely reach out to them. The more value you give them, the more that they will be a lifetime, you know, client of yours. So that's the whole point of these challenge groups. These challenge groups, you know, are there obviously so that we can support our customers and our clients. but they're there mostly so that we can give our clients value. And that brings me to, a different type of challenge group. So the You Are Titanium challenge, big challenge group, or whatever challenge group that you want to start for your challengers that have bought a challenge pack, that's the paid people, right? Those are the people that have purchased something, that, have purchased a program, that have purchased the Shakeology and are really in it to win it with you. You've converted them to a client, and that they belong in one of those challenge groups. The other challenge groups that I run monthly, and I may actually start doing these twice a month, and I'll tell you what they are. I have right now, the typical clean eating challenge group going on, and that's fine. And I cut it down to 7 days. The last one we did was 10. It was great. It was fabulous. That was the one we did in January, where a lot of you now coaches came from. We ran that as a team. I am running this one with 2 of my personally sponsored coaches, and so far today is day 3, and there's about 80 people in it, and it's going well. I don't think it's as great as the one that was held in January. It depends on the people, the involvement, and the participation. I'm still posting every day, twice a day. I'm engaging with them. But that particular challenge is free, right? So I advertised a free clean eating challenge. It was sort of a spring cleanup, spring into health, spring into fitness. I don't remember what my wording was, but basically I'm trying to teach people, again, how to eat clean, how to prepare meals, give them tips. And the purpose of those free short challenge groups is that it's very easy for people to join and say yes to something that's free. So, it's harder to get somebody to invest $160, $180, $200 in themselves. But you should always have you should always have available an opportunity for them to see what you're like, and test out you in a place where that they don't have to invest a certain dollar amount if they're not ready to. So, the people that are in my challenge group, my free cleaning challenge group right now, are people that are interested in changing and making some sort of change. And I'm giving them everything that I've got. I'm giving them all of my information. I'm giving them as much value as I can to their lives. And by value, it's a different definition for different people. And obviously the value that you provide to any of your challengers has to come from you and what is authentic to you. So again, going back to my personality and the way that I approach health and fitness is, for me, it's the physical transformation has to start in my mind. And that's who I attract. It's people that want it, but haven't really changed their mindset, to actually go out and get it. So, my value that I add is both, how to pack meals, how to meal prep, how to, come up with different ideas for quick dinners and some little tips that I like to give, but it also has to do with changing the way that you think. So, that free challenge group, you have to give. You've got to give everything of yourself so that people understand what they're going to be getting. If you're getting this for free, if you're getting all this information for free, well, wow, I can't even imagine what she's going to give me when I actually purchase something from her. This is just the free stuff, and it's amazing. So, you know what? Of course I'm going to purchase something because I want to continue this journey with this person that I fell in love with in 7 days. I want to know what else she has to say. I want to know what else she has to give. So the whole purpose of those free challenges should definitely be to basically build your following, build the people that you are, coming into contact with, and, you give them value in those 7 days. They may not purchase something from you. They may not sign on right away, but you know what? You have now grown your following by 60, 80, 100 people. And if they're continuing to follow your journey and they're following your posts, at some point, now you've opened up a whole new, pool of people where you can invite, and it's not going to feel sleazy because you know what? You've given them all this value, and you can go to them and say, hey, listen, I know that you enjoy, I hope that you enjoyed my 7-day free clean eating challenge. I'm actually now running a fitness challenge group. I would love to have you in it. This is how it works. So you've already established a relationship. And if you go back to the training in the back office, it all goes back to creating relationships with people. I was talking to my husband about this today, and it's like I don't even want to tell you the example I gave him, but you can't expect something from someone that you've never talked to before. You've got to butter them up, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean that in a way that's like, it's truly genuine. If you are in this to help people and to actually change lives and motivate people to shift their path in life by starting with health and fitness, then you're not it shouldn't feel salesy or unnatural to you. So you've got to create relationships with people, and I genuinely care about the progress of my clients, and actually the people that aren't my clients. Like, I'm interested in learning like what is blocking them, because the more I learn about them, the more I can help someone else down the line. So I'm constantly talking to people. I'm constantly trying to engage in their lives. I love people, so this works for me because I'm interested in stuff. I'm interested in them. So that's the purpose of those groups, so that you can once you've given them 7 days or 10 days of content and value from your heart, then you absolutely have the right to ask them to join your challenge group at a different time. So that's that. The other thing that I started, and I sort of lost focus, but because I had a whole bunch of other things that I was focusing on, mainly my blog and my website and the Ultimate Reset. But I do have a group called Crazy Busy Crazy Fit. That is a group that I originally started and put people into that were interested but not yet ready to commit to any particular challenge group or any particular product. So it's different than, let's say, the 7-day clean eating challenge, because that starts at a certain point and ends at a certain point, and then you sort of have to stop posting in the group, otherwise you're going to go crazy. This particular group I actually have open at all times, and anyone that I talk to that is a no at that time, I was putting into that group. So I would say to them, listen, I know you're not ready. That's fine. I still want you to, come on this journey with me. I know that you could benefit from some of the tips that I give and some of the other people that are in my group, and I would add them to this Crazy Busy Crazy Fit group, which is the tagline of my website. I will admit that I have not been consistent in that group, and that's my fault, but it is definitely something that I have seen the top coaches do. A lot of them run these completely free, not necessarily challenge groups, but more of support groups. And that is something that I'm going to make my mission for the next couple of weeks of April to revive. Okay. So if you see the pattern here, you've got, let's just say theoretically, 3 different groups that you can put people into. So you've got the, yes, I'm going to purchase something from you group, and I can't wait to get started. That's your main challenge group, and you can do it any way you like. Again, you can put them into the I Am Titanium challenge group. You can start your own if you have enough challengers. You can do it however way you want and feel comfortable doing. Then you have the, I'm running a 7 to 10 day free challenge about anything you want. And I'll go back to this because I forgot to tell you this, but So a lot of people run these 7 to 10 day free clean eating challenges, and that's great. They work really great because everyone always wants to learn about, you know, how to learn more about their food and how to prep it and how to make it easier and quicker and whatever it is. But I'm going to try to start doing something a little different. You know, I may do, you know, I've seen some coaches do money challenges, you know, how to save money in 7 days. I've seen people do, you know, different, you know, they'll pick a different mantra for every day, and they'll do like, you know, a mantra challenge. So I'm going to sort of branch out for the next, my next free challenge. I want to do something a little bit different. So your challenges don't have to be limited to health and fitness. They just don't. They could be related to self-love. They could be related to money. They could, you know, you can run a challenge, like 7-day challenge on how to save money so you can buy a challenge pack. I mean, I've seen that done before, and that's a really great one. You know, how can you save $140 in 1 week, you know, and, you know, I'm sure there's outlines somewhere and we can probably find them in Team Eagle, but basically you'll go through every day of how, you know, if you eliminate Starbucks, if you eliminate this, if you make your salad at home and save $13 on a salad, by the end of the week, you'll have enough money to buy the challenge pack that you really want. So you've got to get creative with these. You've got to make these appealing to the people that you're trying to reach. And the way that you make them appealing is to really know your audience. And we've talked about that before, but if you don't know who your audience is, if you don't know specifically what underwear that person is wearing and where that person shops, then you're trying to talk to everyone, and you're basically talking to no one. So, you know, you've really got to understand your audience so that you can attract the people that you want in those groups and that need the advice that you're giving, so that eventually they will connect with you and relate to you to the point where then, yeah, they're going to become a really loyal customer. Okay. So, you know, those 3 challenge groups, or whatever you want to call them, groups, I always, you know, I encourage you to have them going on a rotating basis. There's a great video by Anita Myron on how she actually, you know, plans out her schedule. You know, she does her free clean eating challenge I believe the first week of the month. And then, you know, she asks everyone from that challenge group to join her, you know, product challenge group, you know, so that starts in the middle of the month. So she basically has her pool. She gives, and then she asks, and then she runs a challenge group, which she now has, I would say, funded, or, you know, filled up from the people that she just gave complete, you know, 7 days of complete value to. So there's a whole system to it. You know, I'm all about systems because I really do think that they work. I think it makes your life a lot easier. So that is my take on challenge groups. So if you have any questions, I would love for you to post them. I hope you can actually like post them. I do have the question and answer feature on. And if you can't do it and want to ask me a question, you can always message me on Facebook. So I'm not sure if anyone has any questions. I'll give you guys a minute. Let's see. And of course, you know, if you don't have any questions now, you can't think of anything, you know, always feel free to post them in the group. Also, I'm sure all of you saw it, but if you missed the post, I actually started this, I signed up for I don't even know how to say it, Calendly, and it actually would just make things easier on my end. Basically, it's you can schedule a phone call with me. I have posted, you know, I posted the link, and you just have to click on that link and you can actually just see what times I have available, and you can just schedule a time to speak with me. This is obviously open to anyone, you know, on the team, my personally sponsored coaches, the rest of the downline. Even if you're not my personally sponsored coach and you want to just have some one-on-one time, or you feel like you need some extra, you know, extra attention or extra information and you want to spend some time on the phone with me, you can absolutely go click that link and you can, again, schedule some time, and I'm happy to make myself available. It's just a lot easier that way. So that link is always available to you guys. Instead of, constantly having to message me and track me down and me look at my schedule. If you just go to that link and you want to schedule, 15, I think I have it in different increments, 15, 30, and 60-minute calls. That's probably the easiest way for us to do it right now, because the good thing is that the team is growing, and there's a lot more of you to manage, and that's a great thing. That's a great thing. So I encourage you to go out there, really try to figure out what challenge groups you want to set up for yourself going forward. I encourage everybody to really work really hard on hitting Success Club this month. For some reason, I'm looking in the back office and it's a slow month so far. So it's only April 8th and you've got a few weeks left, but let's kick it up a notch, guys. I know you can do it. I know that there's some fierce people on this team. So I want to see some Success Club points on that board ASAP. Okay. So go out there and invite to your free challenge groups, invite to your free online support group, and then invite to a fitness challenge group. And I promise you that you will grow your following and you will grow your audience. And if you keep giving them value and love, you will have an amazing business. All right. So again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope this was informative. And if you have any questions, you know where to reach me. Thanks so much. Have a good night.